Hello, and welcome to Tiffany Teach Tuesday. And today I'm going to be just candidly speaking. I decided to allow opportunity to just have a candid discussion just about different things. And the topic I'm going to discuss today is starting a new business. I found a lot of people, because of the grants and the free money that the government is giving out to assist with businesses, are starting a new business. And I applaud people who's had that passion and desire to start a new business. However, you want to run a business, there are some key components in becoming successful at it. I've come to the realization within this year of the pandemic going on that some people are just doing it just to do it. First thing, you say you want to know start a new business. Doing what? You need to have an idea about something that you want to do that you're passionate about. Now, you also have to be self motivated. No one wakes me up in the morning for my appointments. No one reminds me of my appointments. And no one makes sure that I'm on time for my appointments. Did an event yesterday with my sister because my sister has an event planning company. The place, the venue that was being rented out was supposed to be available at 11:30. Boshika, she showed up at 12 o'clock when the man's party was supposed to begin. Now, just in case you didn't know, if you show up on time as a business owner, you're already late. You need to be there early. So if your doors open at 11 o'clock, you shouldn't be walking in 11 o'clock unlocking the doors. If your doors open at 11, you should be there at the latest 10:50 at the latest to give yourself the lock up, clean up, shut up. I don't know what it is you do that you need to get there before your people arrive. You should not be unlocking your door when your people are standing at your door trying to get into your facility, period. If you know that you're not a morning person, then make your hours in the afternoon. If you know that you have something you want to do that conflicts with you running your business, then you need to make enough money to pay somebody else to be there. See, people get this misconception that when you own your own business, you make your own schedule. Yeah and no. You have to work around the schedule that the people are looking for, the services are available. So for instance, I have a client that's coming in from out of town and they want to meet with me. I can't meet them at 10 o'clock at night because I make my own hours because I have something to do all day long. No, I have to work around their schedule. You give them some options in those hours you set, and you can't just reorganize your schedule because something personal came up. Like being in business, those sick days you get to take off to have fun, those vacation days, take off to be well, get well. The vacation days you get to take off and have fun, they're limited, especially when you're in a service industry, because your time, your talent is you. That's when you're an entrepreneur. So you got to know the difference between an entrepreneur and a business owner. Entrepreneur is the business. So when an entrepreneur, the person that's working the business, is not available, then the business doesn't make any money. Come on, my people. We have to really, really consciously think, is this what we want to do? Because people are counting on you to be where you say you're going to be at when you say you're going to be there. That's just me candidly speaking. So now, if that's not for you, you want to live and kick it, then you need to be an employee. Because see, employees get to call off sick, take days off, and miss their money. But when you hustling and grinding for yourself, you don't have the option and the luxury just to take off on a whim and just do other things until you have built a sustainable business without you. Then that means you're no longer just an entrepreneur, you're a business owner. I'm gonna give you an example of an entrepreneur. Myself. But I'm growing out of the entrepreneur stage where I can delegate the responsibilities to other people to do it, and I can still make money. Makes me a business owner, a dentist, a doctor. They're all entrepreneurs. Now they can open up a dental practice or a clinic and have other doctors work in their facility that they make a compensation off the services they render and still make money. But if you're an entrepreneur, you need to be where you say you're gonna be at when you're gonna be there, or you ain't gonna make no money. It's just that simple. I don't know how else to explain it to my people, but you all had this game called running my own business messed up. And then they say, Black people don't do good business. No, lazy people don't do good business. People who think they want to be in business don't do good business. But somebody who really wants to be in business, love what they do. Nobody has to remind you of your appointments. Nobody has to tell you to be there on time. You get up and you do what you're supposed to do. So stop opening businesses and being a negative reflection on people that look like you that are running a legitimate business. If your doors open at 11, get there by 10:50. If you say you're going to be there on Tuesday at 2, show up at Tuesday on 2. Don't call your people at Tuesday at 2:15 and say, oh, I forgot, or something came up and you missed your appointment. If you say you can do something, do it. Do not take on projects that is out of the scope and scale of work you are capable of doing. Because all you do is make yourself look bad. It's simple logic. This is not a rocket scientist thing. Next thing, get your business affairs in order. Set up a legitimate business and run it like a business. Not so much you own a business and you don't even have no doggone cell phone that's separate from your personal phone. You answer the phone, who this? I call a person and was like, hi, can I speak to XYZ? And they like, who is this? I'm like, well, no, wait a minute, now I'm calling. Wait, hello, I was referred to you by someone. Oh, my sorry. I was getting some crank calls because this is a new number and I was getting calls from other people. I said, wait a minute. And in my head, I'm saying to myself, then if that was the case, you should have answered the phone, hello, this is XYZ. And then when they ask for someone differently, you can tell them, hey, I'm sorry, this is the wrong number. It's a new number. But you don't answer the phone who this is and you running business. See, this is not a color thing. This is what we call unprofessional. And everybody that looks like me is not unprofessional. Because guess what? I'm not. Now, I might be curt, direct, straight to the point. Unprofessional, I'm not. I ran my business for 19 years out of the basement of somebody else's place. My house, my mom and daddy house, my business partner house. We ran our business and people thought I had a brick and mortar big business. But I ran my business like it was a multi-million-dollar business before it became one. Because at the end of the day, my business is me. It's a reflection of how I conduct business. And the majority of my business has come to me via word of mouth because I do good business. You can't run a business with this crazy idea. It is hard running your own business. You are accountable for not just yourself, but other people. Unless you're a one-man shop, but you are still accountable for other people because guess what? Them other people are your clients. I had somebody tell me, I'm my own boss. This is my business. And I said, you your own boss in the sense of running this business, but at the end of the day, your client is your boss. Let's get that clear. Your job as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, is to make sure that your client is happy. You cannot tell your client. They can't tell you nothing because they can. They have to tell you what their expectations are of you to produce a service or a product. And if you can't meet their expectations, they're going to move to somebody who can. It's simple, logical, easy. So we need to understand running a business is just not having a name, a telephone number, and an email address. It's about having levels of operations, professionalism. When you sit down and start a business, you don't have to have a 50-page business plan, but you can have a 5-page business plan. What is your purpose? How do you plan to operate this? Who are the key players in establishing this business? Because you have to set a foundation in order for your business to prosper. Now, if you're only getting into it so you can get you a grant or some free money so you can go pop bottles and be friends, stop saying you got a business. Just say you got to hustle. Because at the end of the day, you make it difficult for people that look like me, for other people to do business with me. Everybody that look like me does not do bad business. Stop faking the funk. Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it, period. Or don't go into business. You don't make your own schedule. You can't be late. And you don't get a whole bunch of off days with pay in business for yourself, especially as a new business. As a new business, I took clients that now, after being in business for so long, I wouldn't even begin to work with. But I had to get a feel of where my expertise was and what I can deal with and what I couldn't deal with. Now I'm like, oh, you don't have enough money. And I tell them, like, I don't work with clients of your caliber. XYZ, you're broke. Why? Because I don't want to work that hard, because I can't afford to work that hard, especially with people who have resources, but they are not willing to, they don't have enough resources, but they don't want to listen. They want to make things more difficult than it should be. And I'm not a slum property manager. So if you're in this business to have clients, have tenants living any kind of way because you don't want to put anything into your investment, I'm not the property manager for you. And that's okay. It's somebody out there that's willing to work with you. It's just not our property management. So I say all of this to say, because it's just me candidly speaking now, run your business whatever way that makes you happy. But if you want to have a profitable business, put some energy and thought into it. Be where you say you're going to be at, show up the way you say you're going to show up, and perform the way you say you're going to perform. And I guarantee you, everything else will fall into place. So as usual, thank you for tagging in and watching Tiffany Teach Tuesday. And I'll see you next week Tuesday, because next week Tuesday, I'm going to give some tips and pointers on things that you can do to establish a good business foundation and how to make yourself stand out from the rest. Thank you again. And I hope you learned something, because that's what I'm here to teach. Thank you. Goodbye.